Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. Amen. Our Lady of Mount Carmel, pray for us. Father Cape, pray for us. In the name of the Father, and the Son, and the Holy Spirit, amen. Please remain standing for the playing of the national anthem. Playing the national anthem tonight is Kapaun Mount Carmel Pep Band.
Hello and welcome to Kapaun Mount Carmel, home of your Crusaders, who tonight will be facing off against the East High Blue Aces. We'll see if I can get there. Third attempt's always the best. But anyway, we're going to get right into the action here as Kapaun comes into this matchup 9-6, and East comes into this matchup 6-8. And so Kapaun coming with a better record, but we'll see what happens here tonight. They won their last time out against East at East. And so it's going to be interesting to see what they can do here at home here tonight. So Andrew, what are you thinking here coming to this matchup?
Well, both teams are evenly matched, so I'm looking for a good scoring battle, tight game, close, going back and forth and scoring. And if I were Kapaun, I'd be looking to Lizzie Romer, Sophia Gemino, and McCoy Pfister, the top scorers on KMC.
Exactly right. And with the tip, it looks like East is going to start things out. And so, Andrew, do you want to hit us with those starting lineups?
Yeah. And number 2, Rylan Chandler. Number 3, Manuel. Number 4, Amaya Hamilton. Number 5, Chandler. 11, Haley Davis.
There we go. Now we're going to get right back into it with KMC's first offense possession. That's Tilly Jones there with the ball. Passes it over to Sophia Gemino. Jamino over to Maddie Spears, number 13 on your screen. She surveys the court. Let's see who she can find. She finds Pfister. That's number 24. And now Jamino tries to find someone. Now Pfister has it. And the only person left out of that starting lineup is, of course, Lizzie Romer, the junior, number 12. And after Pfister's missed a layup, going to head the other way with it. As Rylan Chandler brings it up for East. Gets it inside. Now back out. 3-point, no good, excuse me. And Sophia Jamino, the one to come down with that rebound after the missed three from Nia Chandler. Lizzie Romer, 3-point shot, good, and that's going to give us the first points of the evening and gives Kapaun the early lead with 3 points.
KMC going back to their strong offense that they know works. Hitting Lizzie Romer, hitting Sophia Jamino, and you saw that first possession, McCoy Pfister got the ball. They're going to go to those 3 scores all night long.
And it looks like we're going to have our first foul of the contest as Sophia Jamino picks up her first personal foul, team foul number 1 as well for Kapaun. And Andrew, I think you're right on the money there with the offensive thoughts there. But it's something I'd like to add, just the fact that Kapaun is definitely going to have to keep the ball moving on offense and open things up for their shooters in Lizzie Romer and Sophia Jamino.
And Gabe, that's what they do best, getting those crisp passes to their playmakers. They're always passing the ball. You never see the ball in one of their players' hands for longer than at least 5 seconds.
And it looks like that's not going to quite make it to the rim, so that will be a turnover. And Kapaun will have possession after the empty trip to the free throw line from Amaya Hamilton. Spears gets it. And see what Kapaun can do against the press. That's typically something they struggle against, but able to break it there. And now Spears has it on the other end. Now Pfister, the freshman. And Pfister's been an outstanding player here for the Lady Crusaders here this season as Romer gets it stolen away. But I want to talk to me a little bit more about Pfister, as looks like it's Nia Chandler with the basket.
Yeah, McCoy Pfister, she's a great offensive spark for this KMC offense. As a freshman, you don't see that too often. And she provides a bright future for what this KMC team can become.
Exactly right. And now looks like East will get another shot at things as Rylan Chandler will inbound. And it looks like they get it in just fine. Now a dump off pass into the top of the key in the hands of Davis. Davis takes the rim and is fouled.
And Gabe, though KMC has 2 fouls already, I've seen as this season has progressed, they've gotten a lot more disciplined when fouling. They haven't gotten in foul trouble as often as they were at the beginning of the season. And I think some of that credit goes to Coach Graff getting his team disciplined and knowing who their opponent is.
And after that basket by Chandler, Kapaun now down by 1, so we'll see what they can do on the offensive end here, Andrew. And I think you're exactly right. I mean, just some excellent coaching there from Graff. And overall, this is a great group of girls he has. And I think he's really excited to have some young talent as well as some veteran leadership. And he's done a great job with his personnel so far here this season. And really, they're starting to, buff out those dents and really look pretty good here as we approach playoff time.
Yeah, and that's the right time to do it. You don't want to be, it would be great to be perfect right out of the gate, but not every team is perfect as this season begins, and KMC's just figuring out their problems, working on that, and getting perfect for when the time really matters in the playoffs.
Exactly right. It looks like Emily Jacobs will sub in now for Tilly Jones as Pfister gets it on the inbound play. And you see it here again, Andrew, some great movement on the offensive end for KMC. And that's definitely something that opens things up, just like that layup attempt from Maddie Spears. However, that will end up out of bounds off the hands of Manuel, it looks like. And, even though it didn't convert there, still a great example of how well KMC's offense opens things up for their playmakers.
Yeah, and it all goes back to that passing. Great passes, set up great attempts.
Now Jamino has it in the corner, kicks back up to the top with Pfister. And now a nice move from Romer. It ends up in a foul. And that'll be a second team foul for East. Let's see who the personal is on. Looks like that would be on Nia Chandler, number 5. Her first personal. And now Romer able to knock down the first shot. And it ties it all up at 4, and so now Romer with a chance to take the lead, as it looks like Amaya Hamilton checks out of the game for East. And looks like Sine Hadley checks in for her. Another substitution for KMC as Maddie Spears heads off the court in favor of Clara Hawker. Another freshman that we haven't seen too much of this season, but when she's been on the floor, she's definitely been a great source of offense and a pretty solid defensive presence as well.
And if I were Graf, I'd be looking to that future. He has a great group of freshmen and sophomores that he can rely on in those tight games and to gain some experience throughout the season.
And there's some great defense there from Hawker. Forces the ball out of bounds. And now another great defensive effort by Hawker, except this time it looks like he called a foul. Her first personal. The team foul number 3. And East went 0 for 2 their last trip to the free throw line, so let's see what Nia Chandler can do. And it's the first one, it's up and good. Chandler's second attempt up and good as well. And so now that gives East back the lead. And now with a failed press, Pfister has a lane to the basket. And ball will end up out of bounds. And it heads East direction.
Gabe, it seems like the only reason KMZ has not been able to convert on their possessions has been because of either a missed shot or bad ball handling right there. They just need to take care of that ball and get a good shot off.
Exactly right. And now Manuel takes it to the hoop. Nice move, except a block by Jacobs. Wow. And now Jamino heading there with it, finds Pfister. And great recovery defense there by the Aces. But now Romer opens it up with a 3. No good. Now heading their way, that's Davis. Davis down the court. Finds a lane, but no foul, no whistle. And looks like they're going to say Pfister was out of bounds when she touched the ball.
Yeah, that was a little odd. They let her play a little bit too long, I felt like.
I mean, I was expecting a foul to be called there, excuse me. But, nevertheless, it looks like the refs are going to let them play a little bit more than usual. And that's always something I enjoy seeing. And with the the foul total already being what it is for both teams, that's definitely something we're going to like to see as well. And now Rylan Chandler looks around, finds Davis. Davis takes to the hoop. Another block by Jacobs. And wow, the sophomore really starting things off right as now Romer, nice little runner, converts on the other end. And that gives KMC back the lead, and momentum is starting to swing KMC's direction.
And as we said going into this game, it was going to be a very even matchup. And I think that's the score tells that story very well. Both teams are fighting for every possession, every bucket, just trying to make everything count.
And that's a great move there by the Aces. Sensei Hadley able to find Manuel on the inside. And, Jacobs has done a great job walking down the paint as Romer opens things up with a 3, and that's good. And that gives Kapaun a 2-point lead now. But as I was saying, Jacobs has been a real threat on the interior defensively. And that's a great move there. I mean, after 2 block shots, East, learning that, hey, I can just dump it off under the hoop rather than, taking up one-on-one against Jacobs. And last time it worked, got Manuel the basket. Let's see what happens here. Now Jacobs on the block, able to force another turnover. And now it looks like some substitutions as Maddie Spears checks in for Clara Hawker. And it looks like Davis and Manuel will head to the bench for East as Ari Moore and Kelsey Henderson.
KMC's defense has been great tonight, not really letting East get too far ahead of them, and they're making sure that they contain that lead the entire time.
And now Kapaun facing a press. Let's see what they can do. Have a little bit of under 10 seconds to get this across half court, and the pressure drops off, so it doesn't look like it's going to cause much of a threat as Pfister able to get behind her man after a loose ball ends up in the hands of Maddie Spears. Now Pfister inside pass, nice find as Spears kicks it out to Jamino for the three-point shot, and that is good. Extends the KMC lead to 5 points. And just great passing, as you said earlier there, Andrew. Really just shining through on that possession especially.
Yeah, get it to your playmakers and let them do their thing.
And now Nia Chandler unable to convert there. And now we'll see how do we take to the hoop, and she's good on her attempt. And now we're about to cross over into the final minute of the first quarter. And so, Andrew, walk me through what you're seeing right now.
Well, KMC is not letting East get anything easily, and they're really going back to what they practiced all season long, getting it to their playmakers. There are 3 girls, Jamino, Romer, and Pfister. Those 3 girls are the spark of this team, and that's how KMC has the lead right now.
And we'll see now, it's like Jamino and Pfister head out in favor of Hawker and Jones. Now Hawker inside pass to Romer. Romer, nice spin move, ends up in a foul. So Romer will head to the line for 2 shots. She's already got 10 points only in the first quarter. And so, Andrew, if you're doing the math, that's sets her on pace for 40 points. Definitely a great offensive quarter for Romer.
Yeah, we were thinking the exact same thing. I'm really excited for Romer. I want to see a big game out of her tonight. She's been playing great all season, and you can tell that she's on the verge of just a stellar game.
And speaking of a stellar game, let's see if she can get off to an even better start with her second attempt, and she does. And now potentially the final offensive possession for East in the first quarter here. Let's see what they can do with it. Looks like a turnover is going to be called here.
And I wouldn't be surprised if KMC just dribbled the ball out right here. Just wasted that time down so that East couldn't gain any more points to make this game any closer.
And now Nichols into the game. Passes over to Romer. Romer shot off the mark from deep. And now heading their way with it. Looks like Rylan Chandler. Kick out to Moore. Moore no good from 3. Ends up in the hands of Romer. Now looks like KMC will get one more possession here. As Nichols inside to Jacobs. Jacobs shot no good. Another foul called. And that sends Jacobs to the line for 2. First one good is Jacobs now be all alone on her side of the court as Kapaun prepares for a last-second shot attempt from East.
Gabe, one thing I've noticed about KMC today, they're playing really calm, collected. They're not too worried. They're playing really comfortable basketball, just going back to their basics and playing a good game.
Exactly right, and a great defensive effort there by Romer to end the quarter, as score will remain 16-10 as we enter the second. And so, Andrew, you kind of started talking about this earlier, but walk me through the first quarter for East.
Well, East really hasn't gotten much going. They are actually, Lizzie Romer has more points than East does as a total team. If that's saying anything, she's playing hot, and East is not. They're just getting stopped by KMC's very stingy defense inside and outside, and they just can't really get much going.
I think you're exactly right there, and in particular, we talked about how important it is for KMC to keep things moving and really keep things moving with the pass. And the pass in particular has definitely killed East defensively, as just passing lanes are almost wide open. I mean, there's almost no resistance in the paint. Especially interior penetration. There's no resistance, and so that's also the Kapaun's credit. They're doing a great job of seeing the whole court and really getting things to the playmakers, both inside and outside. As we've seen Maddie Spears get a few feeds in the paint. She's done a great job of recognizing when she is supposed to take her shot and when it's better to just pass it out. And we've seen Romer and Jamino convert from beyond the arc. And I think we're going to continue to see more plays like that as East starts out with the ball in the second quarter. Now we see some good ball movement here from East. We saw a lot more, playmaking, calling upon their own numbers.
Yeah, that may have been one thing out of the huddle that they were really working on trying to change. They're trying to get away from KMC's tight defense, trying to move that ball, catch KMC on their feet, and probably score some buckets.
Hopefully so. And it's great effort there by Manuel to force a jump ball. Now we'll see KMC once again facing the press. And Andrew, something that strikes me about this game is usually when opposing teams press KMC, it's often fruitful and results in several turnovers and potentially points on the other end. But here tonight, they've done a great job with the press break, and I have to attribute that to the passing. You see it again there with another assist, this time from Romer inside to Jacobs for the basket. But what are you seeing here that KMC is doing differently in the press break?
Well, that tells me either two things. KMC really worked on that against that press in practice, and they made sure that it would not stop them tonight, or that East just does not have a great press, and that KMC is just playing great.
And this time going to be called a foul, but still, I'm liking what I'm seeing from Jacobs on the interior defense. She already has 2 blocks in this game, has several rebounds to her name already. Just great things to see from such a young prospect. And so Andrew, what excites you most when watching Jacobs here tonight?
Well, she's really an unsung hero for KMC. She does her job, and she does her job well, getting those rebounds and getting those second chance opportunities, getting it out to her playmakers, and she doesn't let a possession go away easy.
Exactly right. And now Manuel, second shot up and no good. And now East really struggling from the free throw line here tonight. And so, Andrew, if you're East, are you still trying to drive to the basket and draw those fouls, or are you going to try to set your playmakers in open space, try to get some shots that way?
Well, I'd say to always drive, because hopefully they'll figure it out and get those shots to fall. But I think I'd switch it up, get it to your playmakers, and change it up, because this is not working for them.
Exactly right. I have to credit Emily Jacobs. Another great defensive possession there for her. And we'll see what the Crusaders can do on offense here. Spicer kicks it out to Romer. Romer back to Jacobs. Now Jacobs, nice little pump fake, puts up a runner high off the backboard, and that's going to be no good, but still, I like the confidence. And so now let's see what Nia Chandler can do. Or excuse me, that's Rylan Chandler.
Great passing to lead that ball up court. And there's a McCoy Pfister bucket. getting to the playmakers and letting them do their thing.
And now timeout. Let's get to the East. And this will be their first timeout of the contest. And Andrew, I'm honestly surprised this didn't come earlier. Not to say that they're playing, abysmally or anything like that, but especially in the early stages of the game, when your team maybe isn't doing as well as you hoped, or especially in a particular facet like they are on defense, you gotta think the coach is going to step in earlier than that.
Yeah, they didn't call anything in that first period, and I was a little surprised about that. Nothing was working, and still nothing is working. So they really, really need to figure this out if they want to make this game close and competitive.
Exactly. That's it. I guess another flip side of that, another perspective is, in these early stages, sometimes it is better to just let them play, let them ride it out, and really see, make it easier to see what the root of the issue is. And so, regardless to see what the East Coast coaching staff can do out of this timeout, but nevertheless also gives Kapaun a chance to catch their breath and allows Coach Graff to rehash things out with his girls. And it looks like we'll see Lauren Keiss here come onto the court as Emily Jacobs heads to the bench. And I know we kind of honed in on Jacobs here so far this game, but man, she has done absolutely wonderful here for KMC so far, both defensively and offensively. Just great outing for her so far.
Yeah, she's having a really great game and just doing her job. We keep saying this, but she's just doing her job and doing it well.
And now Jamino gets the rebound. And Andrew, I think you're exactly right, and that's a great way to put it. She's doing her job. As a post, it's not really her job on this team, especially to score a lot of points. I mean, we've had great, post players come through this school in the girls program. Of course, the ones that are most relevant to me are, of course, Ella Ancio
and soon to be Emily Jacobs, right?
And of course, soon to be Emily Jacobs, but just really honing in on Ella Anthony, and of course playing D1 ball at WSU, but really in Coach Graff's system, typically Jen Jacobs, that's who I was thinking of. Just both great post players, great scorers for Kapaun in the past, but in the kind of offense Coach is running now, it's really not the post that scores a lot. It's really the guards and the forwards, on this team in the form of Pfister, Jamino, and Romer, as you emphasized earlier. And Romer off the mark there with her three, rebounded by Keiss, gives Kapaun another chance here. And as I was saying, the post job is really just to give defensive presence and to get rebounds, and that's exactly what Jacobs has done here tonight. And nice passing here in transition, but now foul going to be called. It doesn't look like KMC fans are too happy about that one, but regardless, it looks like Nia Chandler will head to the line. That'll be Romer's first personal foul, team foul number 5 for Kapaun.
And Romer was not letting her get that easy. She made that contested, and she tried to block that one, but unfortunately, Chandler goes to the free throw line, and she makes her first.
And Andrew, I can't say I hate that move by Romer. And, even though Nia Chandler went to the line as a result, outside of Nia Chandler, East has really struggled from the free throw line. So in those transition type situations, it wouldn't surprise me if Kapaun, I hate to say hack-a-shack mentality, but it's often, it's not uncommon you see, at the college and pro level that they tend to foul in those situations just to make those players have to earn that shot a little bit more. Or earn those points a little bit more, I should say.
And Gabe, I just wanted to point out something about this KMC defense. That before those 2 free throws, East had not scored since 5 minutes into the first period. 10-10, they were stuck at 10 for a little while until those 2 free throws.
Exactly right. And now it's like another foul can be called, this time on East. It's going to be their 16th foul. And something to keep in mind for East is Nia Chandler now with 2 personal fouls, and so you don't want to get too worried this early in the game, but still something to keep your eye on if you're on the East bench. Now Jamino to inbound. Gets it to Spears. Spears inside now. Nice, that's picked off. And now let's see what Nia Chandler can do on the other end. And nice move, gets her to 2 points. And now KMC looking to spark a counterattack here. And nice transition defense. But now foul going to be called. Davis not too happy about that call, but regardless, it sends Pfister to the line for 2 shots. And also moves Kapaun into the bonus. And definitely not what East was looking to do there. As Pfister's first shot up and good. And it looks like Jacobs returns to the contest as Kais heads to the sideline.
Gabe, with KMC in the bonus already, East may be a little worried because KMC, they've been getting to the free throw line and they've been playing aggressive inside, and now they can just play as aggressive as they want, drawing those fouls, because anything that gets, or if they get to the free throw line, there's a good chance that they're going to knock those down.
We'll see Rylan Chandler at the line for 2 shots. And I just got done saying that, outside of Nia Chandler, not too much production from the charity stripe, but let's see what her sister Rylan Chandler can do. She's able to knock down her first. And Andrew, talk to me about what else are you seeing from KMC here tonight so far?
Well, they've been playing very similar to what they have all season, but just fine-tuning little things, getting good passes like they always do. But I've seen their defense just light up tonight much better than it has the rest of the season, or before tonight. And moving forward from this game, that looks to be very promising for KMC going into the postseason.
I totally agree with you. As now Nichols, nice inside pass to Jamino, is unable to be converted. And so great find there by Nichols. And foul going to be called. As Romer now picks up her second personal. And that also sends East into the bonus. As Pfister and Romer head out of the game in favor of Spears and Jones. Now Nia Chandler, no good. And Jacobs able to haul that one in for KMC. Nichols loses it. Well, looks like Spears is there to gather it. Gets it over to Jamino. Jamino finds Jacobs and gets it over to Spears. And we see the passing offense working rather well for Kapaun. The East doing a much better job of closing up those passing lanes and really limiting the interior penetration and the interior looks for Kapaun.
Yeah, KMC hasn't really been able to convert anything lately. Still, they did score 1 point, but East has really figured it out and stopped them from scoring.
And now we see East coming, that's Nia Chandler. And Chandler going to pick up another foul, it looks like. Yes, that would be her third personal foul with 2 minutes left in the second quarter. Definitely not something East is wanting to see there, as Chandler is their leading scorer and really a source of leadership on this team. So definitely not what they were hoping for. As now it looks like we'll see Haley. No, excuse me. We'll see Sine Hadley at the end of the game.
And Gabe, one thing I want to point out is this final 3 minutes of this second period has gone by very slowly. Both teams are fouling a lot and causing those minutes to not tick by as fast as they did in the first half, or first period.
Now we see East slowing things down, and I think that's that's a good thing for East. Allowing for their offense to set up and really run things rather methodically and with purpose. As Davis takes the baseline and finds looks to be Hamilton. Hamilton back to Davis. Davis no good on a three-point shot. The rebound goes to Pfister. Now Pfister has it top of the key. Inside to Jacobs. Jacobs, no good, and foul to be called. So Jacobs heads to the line. She was 1-1 on her last trip, and so we'll see what she can do on this one. There will be 2 shots. As first one, no good.
And Gabe, one thing that I think the foul totals for both teams tells us is that both teams are playing very aggressive defense. Or at least they're trying to play aggressive defense. Maybe not the most disciplined defense, but it's there. And it's worked. Both teams held under 22 points, and that's not something you see too often in a high school basketball game.
And now Ryland Chandler takes over to Davis. Davis, nice move, just kicks it back out to Moore. Now with under a minute left, East trying to get something going on offense here to head into the locker room at half with a little bit of momentum. And Davis nearly loses it there, but now tries to get inside to Moore. And Moore is able to gather it and barely get it back out to Chandler. Now it looks like Chandler trying to run some clock here. Questionable move by East, but see if it produces anything for him. And a three-point shot made there by Sine Hadley. And wow, maybe not what Kapaun was expecting. It took some time off the clock and resulted in a three-point shot made. So maybe not the worst result.
KMC was feeling good and comfortable at one point, up 21-10, but that quickly changed. 19-21 in a quick span of a couple minutes, and that's not something you want to see if you're Coach Brown. You need to fix that up coming out of halftime and regain that momentum and get a breakaway and put some points on East.
And now we will see Jacobs go for her second attempt. She already made her first and looks to extend the Kapaun lead to 2 possessions. And that one no good. Davis with the rebound. And now with just under 18 seconds left to go, we'll see what East can do. Manuel, that is good, and that cuts the lead to 1 point. And now with just a few seconds remaining, let's see what Kapaun can do. So, chucks up a shot. That would be no good, and that will end the half. As Kapaun will head into the half with a 1-point lead. And so join us in about 15 minutes for the second half of action as we step aside for the KMC Pommies. Hello and welcome back to KMC, home of your Crusaders, and we'll get right back into action here with the second half of KMC versus East. And it looks like we're going to have the regular starting lineups for both sides. And, you know, Andrew, if our fans are just now tuning in, give us a synopsis of the first half.
Well, Gabe, this has been a very tight contest. Both teams going back and forth. One team gaining momentum and then losing it, and then the other team gaining some momentum, and then going into halftime tying up that score, and that was East. They were down a lot going into the second quarter, and they tied that game up, made it close. But one thing I want to point out is KMC has had very strong defense tonight, not letting anything get past easily.
Exactly right. And so now Kapaun gets back the lead, but something I wanted to touch on there, as prior to that basket, East had just gotten their first lead since midway through the first quarter. And it looks like whistle blown here. Andrew, what'd you see there?
Well, I don't know really what just happened there, but all I know is it's East ball and it's not Kapaun's ball.
There you go. And now nice basket this time by Nia Chandler. And something to keep in mind, Nia Chandler again with 3 personal fouls, something she's going to have to watch out for. As now after a missed layup by Pfister, it looks like Spears able to get the rebound and put it back up. Gets Kapaun back to lead. Now, after 4 lead changes already, let's see what happens here. And foul going to be called. This time it looks like that's Spears, and Spears looks like she took a shot to the eye there.
That's a tough loss for KMC. She has been an impactful player behind the scenes, doing her job, making good plays and scoring. I'm glad that she was able to walk off, and hopefully we see her later tonight. Hopefully she feels better.
And it looks like it's just a quick shot. Obviously, you see it's not even just exclusive to basketball. A quick shot to the nose can send anyone crying. And so we will see another made basket, this time a nice 3 from East.
And East is feeling good. They're hitting their shots, and they're finally leading over Kapaun. KMC has not been hot. They were not hot in that second period, and East is really rolling with their momentum that they had earlier in last half.
And another made 3 here from Romer. And we talked about a scoring drought for East. Romer had a bit of a scoring drought for herself. As Andrew, she had a very, very hot start. 12 points in the first quarter. Went scoreless in the second, but now starts things off pretty well here in the third with a made 3. Kind of run me through the impact that Romer has had so far here in this game.
Well, she shows great leadership for this KMC offense. And if she is open, she will knock down the shot. And so that's really KMC's goal, to move the ball around, get it to their playmakers, especially Lizzie Romer past the 3-point arc.
And now Pfister unable to knock that one down, ends up in the hands of Manuel. And now Nia Chandler surveys, finds a lane, but then pulls out. And now Chandler kicks out to Manuel. Manuel, nice little step back, no good. And now we'll see Jamino bring it up the court for KMC. Great defense there from Rylan Chandler. And Andrew, both sides playing great basketball, but East definitely playing exceptionally better than they did in the first quarter, and probably first 3 quarters of the second quarter. So I'm, talking about all that about quarters, but my point is here, they're definitely playing better recently than they did to start things out. What do you think that can be attributed to?
Yeah, as we were saying earlier, they must have just wanted to play through their mistakes, figure out what's going on, and they fixed that. They made the crucial changes, and now they're leading over KMC. Something that I did not think was possible after that first period.
And now Spears re-enters the game after leaving with an injury, and as it looks like Nino will head to the bench. And now Nia Chandler for the and one, that's good. And now East with a 2-point lead as Jones finds Jacobs back to Romer. And now to Pfister. And we see KMC slowing things down. Now gets it inside to Jacobs, who's fouled. And this one going to be on Manuel. It's her second personal foul, team foul number 1 for East.
And if you're just now joining us, earlier in the first half, we were talking a lot about Emily Jacobs and her role. She's more of an unsung hero on this team, and she's showing that she can get her job done at the free throw line as well, hitting both of her shots.
Able to tie things up at 31. As now a new face for KMC. Sadie Sanders checks in the game as Tilly Jones heads to the bench. Now Nia Chandler gets it over to Rylan Chandler. Now the sisters pass it back and forth as they get it past half court. And now trying to set things up on the offensive end. Now Hamilton gets it all the way back over to Hadley. And now Nia Chandler, a deep 3, no good. Rebound is lost by Romer, but then regained and ends up in the hands of Spears. Now Spears up the court to Pfister. Pfister looks around, dumps off to Jacobs. Now back to Spears. And then we see Kapaun again slowing things down, allowing for passing lanes to open up and potentially open up shots for the playmakers.
Yeah, they're just trying to get good passes, send them great opportunities, like what they've been doing all night long, as that one converts right there.
And Romer with another basket, gives her 17, leads her team in scoring. And Andrew, we keep talking about how KMC is slowing things down and allowing things to open up. That doesn't mean that they aren't moving off the ball, and they've done a great job so far with moving off the ball and keeping things moving on offense. And what do you think that's created for them so far?
Well, it always keeps East on their toes. KMC's just not sitting there with the ball, letting the time run out. They're always moving, always moving, creating the next opportunity, creating up the next shot, like this one right here. Big 3 by Lizzie Romer.
And it looks like they're actually going to call that a 2-point shot. Or no, excuse me, they will call it a 3. And that gives her 22 points.
And as we have a timeout here, I just want to give a big thanks to KMC Journalism. These broadcasts are brought to you by them here. And thank you for coming and watching Gabe and I every night, every home game. It's a real pleasure to broadcast for you guys.
Yeah, I'm right there with you, Andrew. I mean, none of this would be possible without you guys. And, of course, a quick shout out to Stubby and Grammy, family of Coach Graff. Really glad they're tuning in here tonight. And looks like we get back to the action here. We'll remain with the same lineups. Looks like a little bit of miscommunication, but East does have the ball, and they're going to try to get it up the court as Rylan Chandler able to get it across half court, and now East able to set things up. Back up to Davis. Davis back to Nia Chandler. Nia Chandler for three. That is no good. Rebounded by Romer.
One thing I've noticed here tonight is that KMC has not given East any second chance opportunities. They're getting those boards and they're getting their possession started right after that. That has been something that KMC has struggled with, letting the other teams continue those long possessions on them.
And there we go with another basket. He gives Romer 24 points. And, you know, we talked about her 12-point first quarter. She's already at 12 points in the third quarter as well, and she's been just electric for KMC here tonight. And now we'll see what East can do to respond. Down by 5, and with just over a minute remaining in the third quarter, they're going to look to get something going on offense and hopefully shrink the lead as they head into the final quarter of play. And a loose ball regained there by Nia Chandler. And, man, this 2-3 zone has been executed almost perfectly here by Kapaun in the second half. As Nia Chandler, another three. This time it's good. And, you know, but they've been doing a great job of forcing tough shots like that. That time Chandler able to convert, but regardless, that's not, if you're a coach, that's not a shot you mind forcing your opponent to take.
Yeah, that is a tough shot right there. Props to Chandler. I don't even know if I could knock that down. There are very few people on the court right now that could hit that.
And now Jamino knocks it out to Sanders. Now to Romer. And Jamino puts up a shot. No good. Hard foul, however. And with 7.6 seconds remaining, we will see Jamino head to the line. Jamino no good on her first attempt.
Gabe, one thing I'm guilty of, whenever Jamino comes to the line, I tend to jinx her and say that she never misses. And she tends to never miss. She is a great free throw shooter. And let's see if she can knock this one down right here.
And there it is. Extends the lead now to 3 points. And Kapaun hopefully to keep that lead in these final seconds. As now Nia Chandler races up the court, puts up a shot, and that is no good. Rebounded by Manuel, and she's able to make it, and she will head to the line for one more. That's going to be on Tilly Jones. And now in the final second of the third quarter, it looks like Shalia Manuel with a chance to tie things up. Takes your time and shot up and no good. Tough one to swallow there is now Kapaun, just as they headed into the half, now head into the fourth quarter with a 1-point lead.
And Gabe, if I would have told you at the beginning of the game, I would have thought that KMC would have had a large lead over East at this point. But East has done a great job of hanging with KMC. They've fixed the problems. They've known what the mistakes were, and they're back out there getting a great offense. Maybe it's not the highest scoring game that you'll see from both teams, but it's a very evenly matched game, and it's very entertaining.
Exactly right. Now we'll see a very exciting fourth quarter here is, you know, both teams definitely in this game, and Kapaun looking to get their 10th win of the season. And East, you know, with a win here tonight would be just one win under 500. And, you know, the closer we get to the playoffs, the closer, the more these wins and losses mean. And so as the buzzer sounds, both teams will take the court. East will start out with the ball here. Here we go again. I mean, this is the main difference I've seen from Cape and East. You know, we just got done talking about in the third quarter how, you know, Cape has slowed things down, but they kept things moving off the ball and just in general. As it looks like Nia Chandler with another three-point make gives East back the lead. And, you know, I don't want to criticize him too much. It's a great play there, but you know, you see a lot of movement in KMC's offense. There's not a whole lot of standing around. I'm not saying you never see them flat-footed, but you know, there's a difference there. You see East really staying in their place, waiting for the ball to come to them. And on Capen's offense, you see a lot more movement, a lot more opening things up, hoping to create things for their players. And another great defensive play there by Romer. Ends up in KMC possession. Now Jamino, plenty of time, squares up. Three is no good. Rebounded by Jacobs. Jacobs puts that back up. That is good. Another great play by the sophomore. And she's able to get another rebound and gets her second basket of the night. Excuse me, her third basket of the night. Gives her 6 on the evening.
And a great second chance opportunity. That is what you like to see from your post players, creating all those opportunities and not letting any possession go wasted.
After the missed three from Davis, Pfister gets it now after the rebound from Romer. And now a nice move there by Jamino. The up and under is good and gives Caden back the lead. And timeout can be called. It looks like East will charge with their second timeout of the contest. They'll have 3 remaining. And now Capen with a chance to regroup, and East really is trying to get momentum back in their favor. You see a lot of momentum shifts here in the final quarter, and it's really going to come down to, you know, who has momentum last. You know, these runs and these great offensive and defensive stretches are going back and forth right now. It's just going to, you know, come down to who has the last one.
And one other thing that I would say that it also comes down to practice and what each team has worked on and how they prepared for this game, because that right there, that's a big part of how they're going to win this.
Now, KMC will stay with their starters. Or excuse me, stay with the people they had out on the court originally, not their starters. Although Emily Jacobs could be a real candidate to enter the starting lineup here after her performance here tonight. I never want to speak on behalf of coach, but if I'm part of the coaching staff, she's definitely done everything that you need to see in a starter here with her performance.
She's looked very great tonight. And it looks like East is just going back to the same two players, back and forth. Just that KMC defense is so tight that they can't really get anything going in the interior.
Nia Chandler blocked by Jamino. And full court pass to Pfister. Pfister able to knock down the layup in transition. And, you know, Nia Chandler looked a little shell-shocked there, but she was able to get it back on defense. But let's see if she can get anything going on offense. And it's tough a lot of times when you're a shooter, especially when you're taking three-point shots, to have one of those blocked can often get into your head. So we'll see how she reacts here.
Yeah, she has been a great source of offense for East.
20 points on the evening.
Yeah, and we've seen without her, East has really struggled trying to get anything, trying to get something going. And that's credits to them for building the offense around her and creating shots for her.
Now Jacobs gets it to Romer. Inside of Spears. Spears going to be fouled. It'll be third team foul for East. And that gives Nia Chandler her 4th personal foul and puts her in real damage of having to sit the rest of this one out. Or real danger, not damage. Excuse me. And now Spears, top of the heat, gets to the Fisser. As Jamino able to knock that one down. And that extends the Kapaun lead now to 7 points. The largest lead since the second quarter. A nice strip by Fisher, however, Manuel able to gather it, puts up a shot that's no good. Great effort there by Spears and Jacobs to get the rebound.
And you're seeing KMC really put on these Jets, trying to score, trying to make the game as comfortable for them as possible. Just going back to their roots. Good passes, setting up opportunities.
And now East really going to have to get something going here soon. And Andrew, if I'm in the East coaching staff, they took Nia Chandler out. I think she re-enters the game rather quickly. And if I'm East, I'm going to have to get to the ball as much as possible for as long as I can, because you're not going to have her out on the floor for too long.
Yeah, with a little over 3:30 left in this game, I would want Nia Chandler in and ready to score. Give her those opportunities.
And now Manuel underneath, unable to convert on that one, and now she gets her own rebound, and now blocked and gets her own rebound again, and this time she goes up and is fouled. And that sends her to the line. And Manuel has really struggled from the line here tonight. I don't believe she has made one yet. Of course, you know, to end the third quarter, she had an opportunity to tie things up. And here again, her team really needs these free throws, and first one going to be no good. But still with the opportunity to make it a 2-possession game and bring it within 6. So let's see what she can do. And now Manuel good on the second, and makes it, again, a 2-possession game, and so it really opens the door for East to, maybe not opens the door, but definitely gets their foot in the door to a potential comeback.
Yeah, just a few good possessions, and East can quickly tie up this game. And then that asks the question out of KMC, what are they going to do to stop East? And I would say go back to that great defense that they had in the first half. And just cover the paint and force East to make a big shot on the perimeter.
And Andrew, I think you're right, but you know, you talk about how KMC has forced some perimeter shooting from East. I think you know, maybe they don't resort to that, but you know, sooner rather than later, they definitely are looking to make at least 1 3, and you know, that kind of opens things up for them. Again, they don't have to. I mean, they can go and try to drive and make 3 layups, but most of their production has come from, you know, the beyond the arc, and so it'll be interesting to see how they tackle this one. But regardless, it'll be KMC ball, and Romer gets it, and it ends it up to Pfister. Now Pfister to Spears, gets up to Jacobs. Jacobs, nice move, but is blocked by Manuel. And great defense by Manuel, and gets it for herself. And then his foul. No, excuse me. Foul going to be called on, it looks like Davis, Haley Davis. And a crucial error there, as that will be team foul number 4 for East. And it'll be her 3rd personal. No, excuse me. Manuel going to be called for the foul. It'll be her 3rd personal foul. Team foul number 4, as I said earlier, and it does give KMC back possession. And depending on, you know, what happens with KMC on offense here, this could be a crucial moment of the game.
one thing I'd say is just be disciplined on defense. Not trying to foul, not trying to give that ball back to the other team. And just be patient and seeing what's open and not forcing any plays.
And now Manuel is going to be charged with her 4th personal foul and team foul number 5, but Manuel and Nia Chandler really the 2 main contributors here for East here tonight, and both of them with 4 personal fouls. Just not going their way here tonight. But you know, Andrew, when your team is in that situation, when you have your playmakers in foul trouble, they're going to start looking to the other playmakers on the team. Maybe the people who tend to pass more than shoot. But regardless, we'll see what East does here after a fortunate turnover. And we'll see another missed shot from East. Now Domino in the open court. Nice take, and that will be good as well.
And with KMC moving this lead up to 8 points, it has now become a 3-possession game, and East really needs to think about these possessions right here and get something out of them if they want to keep this game close.
And now Romer, no good on her shot attempt, but rebounded by Jacobs. And we keep re-emphasizing this, but Jacobs is having a tremendous outing here tonight, and really makes me excited to see not only what she's going to do in the future, but what she can do with the remaining games of this season and potentially a playoff run.
Yeah, she'll be a very key part if KMC wants to make a deep playoff run. And I'm looking forward to seeing what they will bring in the playoffs.
And now Romer looks around, gets it to Jacobs. Jacobs now to Pfister. Pfister back to Romer. And travel going to be called on Jacobs. And now timeout taken by East. And things looking grim for the Blue Aces here. But regardless, it looks like they're going to try to mount a comeback. And so if you're Kapaun, Andrew, in this situation, what are you looking to do?
Well, if I'm KMC, I would be looking to just stay focused on the goal, stay focused on what you did in practice, and just get good, clean passes. Don't force any passes. Keep that ball close and don't let any turnovers happen. Just continue to score and keep East at arm's length.
Looks like Nia Chandler checks back in for the Aces. And reminder, her and Manuel have their 4th personal fouls. So they will be rather cautious here in the final minutes. As now Manuel puts up a shot, and that will be out of bounds. No call on that one. However, it will be it'll be off of Kapaun. It'll be East possession.
And that was a good no call there, just letting the players play. And KMC will take their 3rd time. Excuse me, East will take their final timeout.
And, maybe it doesn't work for him in these final minutes, but regardless, it is good to, practice these scenarios where maybe the lead is a little bit closer. Let's say it's a 4-point lead, and you're in a playoff situation. While it's probably not going to happen here tonight, it's good to practice these scenarios and make sure you have your plays worked out for when you are in a more ideal situation and do have a chance of coming back.
Yeah, because let's be honest, when KMC gets in the playoffs, all those games are going to be close. They're going to need to work on finishing in those tight situations and making sure the other team doesn't come back.
And Nia Chandler takes a heavy hit there. Looks like she's going to be able to walk it off. And it'll be East possession. That'll be Romer's 4th personal foul, so she's going to have to be cautious as well. And if you're East, or if you're Caden, not a whole lot of reasons to foul here. I mean, even if you give up a basket or two, still in pretty good stance. And I think that's a great job there by Jacobs once again. Even though she'll let him score there, not too big of a deal.
Yeah, still up by 6. 2 possessions is comfortable, and it's not close enough to worry as the team leading, but it's also still closer than KMC would like.
And Andrew, now KMC with a chance to practice some things here. What are you seeing from them in these final seconds?
Well, this is really what's going to translate to the playoff, to playoffs when that time comes. They can work on their schemes in those close games, just finishing games. KMC has not been as well as they may have liked in that aspect, so this is a chance to work on that.
And so now, some physical play on the ball, and KMC will have possession. And now Romer heads to the line, able to eventually add a few more to her 24-point total here tonight.
And I may need to check that, but this may be Romer's largest scoring game of the season.
Oh no, excuse me, I will not put Kapaun to the bonus quite yet. Kapaun will just have regular possession. Is now he sorts out the personnel, and it looks like Rylan Chandler stepped over the line there on the inbound, and Kapaun with another chance to get something going here. And now, it is it's a dire situation, but regardless, there is a chance here for East to come back if Jamino misses this free throw, and East is able to knock down a 3-point shot. They will bring it within a single possession. So see what Jamino can do here. First one is good, so that makes it a little bit harder for East. But we'll see what they can do if Jamino makes the second one. If she misses the second one, it doesn't really make that much of a difference. It does potentially make them able to take the lead in this scenario where they make the first 2 3-pointers. But regardless, Jamino able to make the second one as well. And so now Nia Chandler brings it up for East. And now Nia Chandler, step back 3. Looks good, is not good, rims out. And now Spears is fouled, and she will head to the line for 1-and-1. now with a chance to make it a 4-possession game.
And I'd say once that's a 4-possession game, there's very little chance that this will be coming back.
No, I have to agree with you here, but it all starts right here. Let's see what Spears can do with their first attempt. And that is no good. And so the hope stays alive here for the Aces as Rylan Chandler kicks it off to Hadley. Hadley, no good on her attempt. And now Manuel blocked from behind by Jacobs. And jump ball going to be called here with just under 15 seconds on the clock.
In the biggest moment, East cannot convert on those layups. A couple chances there, but it just didn't go their way.
And now Romer loses it, gathers it, and is fouled. And that will send either Nia Chandler or Manuel to the bench, as both of them have 4, and it will be on Manuel. Manuel heading to the bench as that is her 5th foul. And it looks like Kellis Henderson. And now Romer will shoot 1-1. And gives her 25 on the evening. And extends the Kapaun lead to 9 points. And with one more make here, it looks like it will be almost all but over for the Aces, as Romer extends the Kapaun lead to double digits and makes it a 4-possession game. And now Nia Chandler brings it up, puts up one last 3. That is good, and that will end things here.
That's the ball game, folks.
As final score is 54-47. Join us in about 20 minutes for the boys' side of action.
Crusaders. I'm very proud to be the host of this Varsity Basketball game featuring the visiting Wichita's Blue Races. That's the Kapaun Crusaders. Cape Administration Head Coach Steve His assistant coaches and all the student athletes would like to thank those in attendance. Many thanks for supporting high school athletics. A special salute goes out to the alumni of KMC and fans of both sides. One quick reminder, this evening's game is sanctioned by the Kansas State High School Athletics Association and is in accordance with Location Rule 52. We encourage your enthusiastic support and encouragement of the student athletes and both teams, and remind everyone of the rules of good sportsmanship for the athletes, cheerleaders, coaches, officials, and one another. We thank you for your cooperation. And now at this time we ask you please to stand and remove your hats as we together do reverence and honor to God and country with our opening prayer and national anthem. To lead us in our prayer tonight is Kingdom's chaplain, Father Curtis Harris.
In the name of the Father, and the Son, and the Holy Spirit, amen. Almighty God, Father, Son, and Holy Spirit, we thank you for the gift of this day, and we indeed thank you for each of the young athletes that you brought here to compete tonight. We ask you to bless them, to keep them safe from injury and harm. Allow them to play with the true spirit of sportsmanship, that they may return the gifts and talents that you have given to them, that they may return them back to you, and give you honor and glory tonight. We ask all this as we pray the words that your Son Jesus has taught us. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. Amen. Our Lady of Mount Carmel, Father Cape, in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit, amen. Please remain standing for the playing of the national anthem. Playing the national anthem tonight is the Lady of Mount Carmel Pep Band.
welcome to Cape Mount Carmel Catholic High School, home of your Crusaders, who tonight will be facing off against the Blue Aces of East High. And Kapaun comes into this matchup 14-1 in East with the inverse of 1-14. So Andrew, walk me through what you're expecting here tonight.
Well, I'm looking to KMC to have a great performance tonight. They're playing not the toughest opponent, so I'm looking for them to try out new things and give some players experience while also getting to a good lead early and keeping that lead throughout the entire game.
And so here we see Ancio going to be tipping off against Jackson Woodson. And now looks like East going to win the tip as King Ingram going to bring it up for the Aces' first possession. And now here comes the Crusaders for the first time here tonight. That's Corbin Johnson, number 21 on your screen. Gets it over to Tegan Charles, number 22. And Charles going to be blocked. The remaining stars for KMC will be number 3, Dominic Shibley. Point guard, number 4, Will Thingvall. And, of course, number 0, senior center, Will Ancio. And speaking of Will Thingvall, he's going to get that and take it to the house to open up the scoring here tonight.
The KMC starting off early, not leaving any time with no points on the board.
And now an early foul going to be called as looks like Shibley going to pick up his first. That'll be team foul number 1 as well for Kapaun.
And the lineup for East, the ball handler, Colin Laws, number 14. Number 15, Julian King Ingram. Number 22, LT Robinson. Number 32, Marcus White. And number 40, Jackson Woodson in the paint.
And there we go, as now Dominic Shibley has it for KMC. And great defense, however, ends up in the hands of Anzo, who turns it into a point and an and one. Great job there by the senior. A creative shot there by Anzo ends up in 2 points, and now with the potential to be 3.
And KMC will be going to Ancio early and often in the paint. He is a great source of those buckets.
And Ancio pretty good from the free throw line. Let's see what he does here. That one good as well.
And let's see on this possession if East can get anything going. KMC has been coming out with a great defense thus far.
And another tough fought rebound. This time Will Thingvall coming down with it. And Corbin Johnson gives it back to Will Thingvall, who kicks out to Tegan Charles. And really a fast-paced game so far here tonight is Will Thingvall able to knock down the 3. And as I was saying, fast pace of play and a pretty diverse, use of talent here so far. But Ancio and Will Thingvall obviously starting out with a hot 3 and 5. As another rebound from Thingvall into the hands of Dominic Shibley on their end of the court, and another basket for Kapaun as Dominic Shibley able to score in transition.
Yeah, KMC is starting off hot. Those big threes by Thingvall, and then a big transition bucket right there by Shibley.
And now King Ingram kicks it over to Robinson, and that's back out to Laws, who through some nice moves able to get it over to White. And now we're back over to King Ingram. And King Ingram shot can be off the mark, rebounded by Johnson.
And one thing I'm noticing, Gabe, is that KMC's not letting East get inside the paint whatsoever. They're keeping them strictly outside the three-point line.
And great transition defense from Corbin Johnson after the rare turnover from Ancio. And it will be back in KMC possession. And now Tegan Charles, basket no good. Rebounded this time by Woodson. And now racing up the court, that's Robinson. Kicks back over to King. We haven't seen a lot of stoppages in play so far here, Andrew. What effect can that have on a team?
Well, that can make the game feel like a slope. It just is falling. Like, East already is down by 12 points. This can feel very intimidating for a team to be down this early and this big.
Yeah, Andrew, I just want to go back there for half a second and talk about Ancio's play there. Let's see if we can have it pulled up here. No, sorry. But regardless, Ancio had a piece of that three-point ball. I just wanted to reemphasize that great defensive effort there by Ancio. But, overall, I think great defense effort by Kapaun so far here in this game. You want to talk a little bit more to that, Ancio?
Yeah, they are not letting anything get past them. They're making East work to get even like past the free throw or the three-point arc. I'm curious to see what East is planning out of this timeout and if they can figure out how to work this offense.
And now, see King Ingram bring it up, and that gets over to Laws. And now Laws over to what looks to be. Oh, sorry, excuse me, Flamisky. That's White, and after White's shot, rebound gonna be corralled. And a foul on the rebound. That's on Dominic Shibley. Now Laws to inbound. Laws for three. That is no good. Rebound goes to King Ingram. And now back to Laws. Laws no good. Laws pass coming from a new face. That's Manuel Martinez.
And even when they're wide open, East still can't knock down these shots. Oh.
And now a jump ball going to be called here.
And that's always a funny situation whenever you see that in a game. It's just, the ball was stuck.
And inbounding there for Kapaun is another new face on the court is Maxwell Keller, number 24 on your screen. As Keller now gets it inside to Ancio, who surveys, gets it over to Will Thingvall. Will Thingvall no good, but Corbin Johnson's put back no good as well. And now it looks like it'll be out of bounds off of what looks to be Jackson Woodson. So KMC will have it under their own basket. And so now Johnson gets into Ancio. Ancio underneath the basket in trouble. Fights and gets the basket to go. Wow. Great footwork and just great effort there from Ancio on the offensive end to get the basket to go. And another substitution for Cape Mount Carmel as Brooks Powers, number 25, checks in. And that's something that it's hard to compete against Kapaun. They have such a deep lineup and such a great bench unit. And Andrew, what pros does that give a team?
Yeah, KMC does not have one single player that shines. Their entire team is built around so many different players that you can put anybody into that scheme and they will thrive. Having that deep bench also allows for just being able to recuperate and when those players are tired, just get them in and you have a whole nother offense going.
So now Nathan Wagging checks in for Corbin Johnson, and Bo Dalian also checking in for Kapaun as well. And then another addition for East is number 11, Barry Glover. As now Keller works it, drives, puts up a shot. That is good. And another creative shot there by Kapaun, this time from Maxwell Keller. And regardless, it's 2 points. And pushes Kapaun's lead to 16, and East yet to score in the contest as we near the final 2 minutes of the first quarter of action.
Yeah,
Now,
this would be very intimidating if I was in East's shoes right now. Coming back from a deficit this large, it feels near impossible.
And now Glover will bring it up for East. As now Robinson kicks back over to Glover. Glover drives, puts up a shot, and that is good. A nice move by Glover to get that one to go. And gives East their first points of the contest.
And that feels like a great sigh of relief on the East bench. It may have even heard it up here. Just glad that they can get their first bucket of the night.
And a nice move by Keller. And off the assist from Antio. I mean, a great pass from Antio as well. Just beautiful offense there. Now Glover trying to work it against Brooks Powers. And now Keller with a nice interception. One-on-one against Glover, drives, and does not get that one to go, however, is fouled. We'll see who this one is on. It could be on Glover, but I think it might have been on Martinez. And it will be on Glover. It'll be Glover's first personal foul. Team foul number 2 for East.
KMC has not missed any of their opportunities at the free throw line tonight. They are perfect, and every chance they get for a free bucket, they will take it.
Now Oz. Another interesting thing to see here, not only has East not scored too many points in this game, but their starters have not contributed to the scoring at all, so their only 2 points have come from Barry Glover, who came off the bench. And after Nathan Dingwall's shot off the mark, East able to corral the rebound. Now they can get away with it. As Glover looks around, finds Waz. Waz drives, mid-range jumper. That is no good. And now Nathan Dingwall with a quick rebound. Gets over to Nathan Wigging. Nathan Wigging intercepted there by Woodson.
One of the first
and a nice block by, a nice block by Keller there. It's going to be called a foul.
And as I was saying, that was one of the first big mistakes by KMC. They have been near perfect with the ball, not creating too many turnovers, and they're just using every opportunity that they can.
And first one not going to fall for East here, as Marcus White unable to knock down his first attempt from the charity stripe. See what he can do with the second. And that one no good as well. Now under 10 seconds. Keller makes a nice move. Chucks it to Wigging underneath the basket. And this will be off of Glover. So now with 1 second on the clock, this will be a catch and shoot situation. And that's not going to do it, as maybe a miscommunication there by Kapaun. Regardless, score to end the first quarter 20-2. And
KMC is up by 18. They can get comfortable here. They can relax, get into their offense, and just find what works. Leading that postseason, they only have 1 loss, so they're not too worried about their team thus far. But this game is more of an opportunity to fix those little mistakes and just get ready for the postseason.
Exactly right. It's been a tough season for East, but they do have some talent. I mean, Barry Glover, he had a very impressive mid-range jumper there, nice little turnaround. But regardless, excited to see what Kapaun and East can do with the remaining 3 quarters of action. Kapaun obviously doing well on the offensive end, and we've seen a great outing here for Max Keller so far. Already 6 points in this contest, and one of those baskets came off a nice feed from Will Ancio.
Yeah, KMC knows how to dish that ball around and just get nice, clean passes to their playmakers.
Now loose ball as Brooks Powers able to knock it out, and Nathan Waking with it now. Nice little fake pass, is not able to be converted. And a loose ball ends up out of bounds. And it will be a KMC ball. No, excuse me, it will be East ball after discussion amongst the refs. It will be East ball.
A little confusion there.
And Robinson will inbound as East starts their second quarter with their initial starters. As Law is intercepted by Thingball. Now back at the court, the Law is stripped by Waking. Waking loses it, loose ball, as looks like Powers going to be the one that falls on it, along with Marcus White, and that ends up in a jump ball. And this time it will be KMC possession.
Great job being aggressive there. KMC not letting anything go past. Even with this great lead, they're still playing very aggressive and getting every loose ball.
And Woodson going to come out of the game as now Martinez re-enters. And Keller with it, gets it over to Nathan Thingball. Now whistle blown. And turnover on Kapaun. Didn't quite see the call there, but regardless, it'll be Ace's possession. And here comes King Ingram, gets over to Robinson. Robinson, top of the key, works it back to King Ingram. And now a nice inside feed to Martinez is converted for the basket. And so now we will see Brooks Powers bring it up for KMC.
And he's putting their first points on the board since that Barry Glover mid-range shot.
Now Dalian unable to convert there. And rebound ends up in the hands of Waking. Waking back out to Keller. Keller for three. That is good. And man, Keller's feeling himself here tonight.
And when you have a player that is hot, keep feeding him that ball, and he will stay hot and knock down those big shots.
And now Robinson gets it over to King Ingram. King Ingram back to Robinson. Robinson finds White on the inside, then White is stripped by Nate Thingball. And back to Powers. Powers back to Nate Thingball. Nate Thingball for three. That is no good. Martinez back to Robinson. Not as much scoring here in the second quarter for Kapaun Mount Carmel. You could attribute that a little bit to the stars being off the floor. But Andrew, what are you seeing?
Well, I'm seeing KMC holding their lead and just playing very similar to what they did in the first quarter, minus the scoring. But they're just not letting East get anything easy. Everything is coming. Everything is taking the work for East to score.
Now Nate Thingball misses another three, and now we'll see Robinson get over to King Ingram. Now to White, no good on the runner. And now foul going to be called, and that will send Martinez to the line for two shots. See, this one's on. And it will be on Nate Thingball.
And Gabe, with KMC having this large of a lead, how soon do you think those deeper bench players will come in?
I think we just saw a lot of them there, and we see the starters come back onto the floor, at least the majority of them, except for Dominic Shipley. But
those younger players.
Those younger players. I wouldn't expect any of them to see the court before the second half. But we'll see. I mean, I'm not the coach, and I would certainly like to see some of those players get some playing time. But I think Eck wants to extend the lead a little bit more, and I think that's why we're seeing a lot of starters re-enter. And it looks like Powers going to be called for a travel. Powers is a little confused with that call, I should say. But regardless, it'll be East possession, and now hitting the other way is King Ingram.
KMC staying with their tight defense, not letting anything pass.
And now, new face for East is Braden Dale, I should say, excuse me. And he's able to convert right away. Now inside to Ancio. Ancio looks around, works it, and unable to convert. Ends up in the hands of Powers, and Powers going to get tied up. And it looks like foul going to be called on number 15, Julian King Ingram. Now Ancio quick to convert there off the inbound.
Good inbound pass from Corbin Johnson to set up that easy bucket for Wellington.
Now, King Ingram, a nice dish off, but that will be a foul called. That's on Cameron, or excuse me, that is Cameron Davis with the basket, and he'll have an and one opportunity here.
And, Gabe, East is starting to find the rhythm, scoring a couple points right here. A lot more in the second quarter than they had in the first quarter. And maybe some of the changes that they made are working, trying to figure out these mistakes and fixing those before the lead gets too great.
And now both teams will have 4 timeouts remaining as KMC takes one here. And, we talked about this in the girls' game earlier, but playoffs really knock on the door here. And so, there aren't any more off nights, really, for KMC.
Yeah, every game is preparing each of these teams for the playoffs. It is coming soon, and any of those last-minute changes need to be worked out quick before it's too late and those big games are upon them.
Now, that one is good from Davis. And now up the court to Ancio. As Corbin Johnson for 3, that is no good. Rebound goes to Johnson, however, and able to convert there. And on the second chance opportunity, and now here comes East King Ingram. Bring it up. Nice dump off to Davis. Fight for the rebound. Ends up in the hands of Davis once again. Now back out to King Ingram. King Ingram loses it, falls, and travel going to be called. Now looks like Robinson and Laws come in favor of Glover and Martinez. And looks like Brooks Powers heads to the benches. Bo Dalian checks in. Now Johnson brings it up for KMC. Surveys, finds Dalian. Dalian over to Thingball. Well, Thingball able to convert on the basket. Credit Dalian with the assist.
Good pass by Dalian to set up a thin ball player.
Now that's Davis on the baseline as Ancio able to get the rebound after the missed shot. Now Johnson drives, kicks back out to Thingball. Thingball inside to Ancio. Nice feed and a nice basket from Ancio.
Ancio seems to be that great post player that just give him that ball and he will score with it. I wouldn't be surprised if KMC went more to him tonight. He has a hot hand.
Now inside to Charles. Back to Dalian. Dalian out to Ancio. Ancio, a nice feed to Corbin Johnson. Now Johnson going to be called for the travel. Now East looking to get some offense, going down by 21 as we enter the final minute 40 of the first half of play. And stay tuned for the halftime show in cooperation with the Pommies and, of course, the junior Pommies who are here to perform at halftime. Now Robinson, shot tipped, and now foul going to be called on Will Thingwall. That'll be his first personal foul, too. Sixth foul. As Robinson's first attempt good.
And with KMC up by 20, it is a little surprising to see them with one foul away from the bonus. If I were KMC, I'd be playing not as aggressive defense, try to stay disciplined and try not to foul as much.
And now Dalian gets it to Charles. Now back to Johnson. Now Ancio with it. Some tight man defense here from East so far. Let's see if they stick with that. As Charles, tough mid-range jumper, nails it. And now here comes King Ingram. It's over to Glover. Glover now to Laws. Laws tries to create some space, kicks back over to King Ingram. King Ingram. That is no good from just inside the arc. Now Charles, way up good in transition. Fred hit Will Thingwall with the full court assist.
Great job of finishing in transition. Great job of securing that ball and then going up by Tegan Charles.
Now Glover in some trouble, retreats and gets it over to King Ingram. Now Robinson kicks out to Davis. Davis able to knock that one down as time expires. And so score going to half will be 35-14 as KMC heads into the locker room with a 21-point lead. And we will step aside here as the KMC Pommies will be performing with the junior Pommies and join us in about 15 minutes for the second half of action. Hello and welcome back to Cape Mount Carmel, home of your Crusaders, and where we will see the second half of action between Cape Mount Carmel and Wichita East. And we'll get right back into things with King Ingram. Bring it up, and now East passing it around as KMC puts their starters back on the floor. And Tegan Charles grabs that miss. And you know, Andrew, we haven't seen or I should probably say we have seen an absence of the starters from the court here in the majority of this contest. Just a real dominant showing, and so they haven't had to, flex their muscles too much, and so really a great showing here defensively and offensively. You've seen our steal there for KMC.
Yeah, Gabe, KMC built themselves that great cushion early, and now they're just able to sit back, relax, and enjoy the game. Put in their bench if they need to, and just get some of those younger players to gain some experience in this varsity game. Gabe, we'll see if the story changes out of the half. This was a runaway for KMC, leading by 20-plus points after the first half. That is not something you see all the time in a G-Wall basketball game.
Exactly right. I mean, we're used to a lot of close contests here. Especially in the past 2 years with Eck under the helm. He's really proven that the G-Wall is not the best competition for Kapaun. Or they don't put up much competition for Kapaun, I should say. As, excluding Heights and, at times Carroll, Kapaun has not faced too much competition the last 2 years in league play.
Yeah, 14-1, KMC has just asserted their dominance over the G-Wall. Heights is the only team that's been causing them a problem, and they'll play them again soon at KMC.
Heights, you said?
Yeah.
No, we'll play at Heights.
Oh, we'll play at Heights very soon.
Yeah, no, they of course beat Kapaun at Kapaun.
And East is able to put up some points out of half, coming from the free throw. An easy bucket.
Now it looks like foul going to be called this time on East.
Again, we talked about it earlier in the first half. When is KMC going to be putting in those deeper bench players and those younger deeper bench players? I wouldn't be surprised if we saw them very soon if this league gets even more out of hand.
Exactly. I mean, and of course, once the lead reaches the 30-point mark, the running clock kicks in. So I think that's probably when we'll see some of those players enter the game. As now Robinson kicks it over to White. White gets to the Shibby. Shibby picks it off. As now in transition, Johnson able to knock that one down. Now King Ingram kicks over to Robinson, I should say, excuse me. Robinson over to Laws. Laws tries to make some happen, gets over to White. And you see Kapaun doing a great job with the zone defense and the help defense, really locking up that interior penetration. Now Laws, another shot off the mark from three-point range.
Yeah, they're not letting anything get past. And they're showing great teamwork, getting to those East players. Great opportunity given to Tegan Charles right there.
He's able to knock that one down rather easily. And now Robinson in trouble, gets it back to Laws. Laws over to King Ingram. Ingram no good. And it looks like second chance opportunity here for East as now Davis tries to walk inside the arc. That's no good. Rebound goes to Will Thingvall, and now stripped, and great job there by White to get another basket for East. And so here comes Johnson bringing it up for Kapaun.
KMC has been great everywhere as you see there, getting it to Ancio down low, but then they've also been able to kick it out to Thingvall, Keller, and Charles on the wing and hit those big three-pointers.
Exactly right. Now Robinson drives for East. That is no good. Rebound goes to White, and now foul going to be called. And White will head to the line for 2 shots. It'll be Charles' second personal foul. He came to his third team. That one goes down for East. And now it looks like a mass substitution here for Kapaun as Dom, as Dom Shibley and Corbin Johnson stay out on the floor, and it looks like Brooks Powers, Bo Damian, and Maxwell Keller re-enter the game.
And this could be the final substitution with Will Ancio and Thingvall and Charles. That could be they could be done with the lead so big.
And it looks like actually the referee took away one of those free throws. As now Braden Dale re-enters the game for East. But yeah, it looks like referee called a lane violation on that first made free throw. So only one of those will count. And then so now it looks like Dale. So Dale will reassess that foul.
And interesting inbound right there. Johnson throwing a jump ball between East defenders and Keller, and it looks like it's going in East's favor.
Yeah, so it looks like Power's going to be assessed foul. That'll be team foul number 4 for KMC. King Ingram. Good for the Robinson, I should say. Excuse me. Robinson, unable to convert from 3-point range. Powers with the rebound.
When KMC's up this large, big block. But when KMC's up by this much, they still need to stay stay with the good quality basketball and keep their good passes. And from what I've seen, they've been doing a good job at that. Maybe a little, not as well as they should, but they're still keeping it nice and good quality basketball.
Exactly right. Now Robinson, nice pass inside to Davis, but now a foul going to be called on his way up, and so he'll head to the line for 2 shots. Davis. No good on his first attempt.
And with this lead up, or with KMC up by 30, East is just trying to get everything to go. Every single opportunity needs to result in a score.
And Davis able to knock down a second. Powers kicks it back over to Shibley, now to Johnson. Johnson finds Keller. Keller pulls up from 3. That's no good. Rebound goes to Davis. Foul going to be called. Bo Dalian. His second foul, team foul number 5. Nathan Wigging enters the game for KMC, and it looks like Barry Glover re-enters for the Aces, I should say, excuse me. And now Glover drives, kicks out. That's Dale. Dale, no good on the runner. As Dalian races up the floor, gets up to Wigging. Wigging kicks back to Dalian, now back to Keller. Keller over to Shibley. Shibley into Wigging. Wigging stripped and now fouled, excuse me.
Good pass there. Good cut by Dalian. I thought he might have had that bucket right there, but good foul.
Doing inside the Powers. Powers. Charge going to be called against Powers.
Interesting call there.
And now Glover will bring it up for East. Now, another foul going to be called. This time it's going to be on Brooks Powers. That's his 4th personal foul. Team foul number 8 for KMC.
And you normally don't see that many fouls out of a team this disciplined and with this many wins. You would have thought that they would have worked out those kinks earlier on the season and made sure that they don't have situations like that. And with East in the bonus now, KMC needs to just calm down. They have the big lead and just focus on tight defense without the fouls.
First free throw good here.
And with East having all these potential free throw opportunities with being in the bonus, this would be just a good chance to put some points on the board for them, claw back every point, and see what they can do.
And Dale able to convert both on that. His trip to the free throw line. Wigging gets it over to Keller. Keller looks around, finds Nate Dingwall. Back to Keller, inside to Ancio. Ancio back to Dalian. Dalian. Whistle blown. Yeah, White. Maybe his first personal foul. Gets into Bo Dalian. Bo Dalian. Over to Ancio. Ancio, nice move and good on the basket. Man.
Good footwork and good post moves. Ancio is just a great post presence for KMC.
Now Glover drives, picks up the White. Now back to Dale. Dale, runner no good. Out of bounds off of KMC. Martinez will inbound for the Aces. Dale, three-pointer good.
And I was a little bit surprised there that KMC left him that wide open. Great job at Dale for being able to hit that one down.
And now Dalian working against White. Takes the baseline, drives. That basket's good. Now just under a minute to go in the third quarter. Glover kicks back out to Dale. Dale pulls up from the mid-range. That is no good. Really tipped it back in, but instead rebounded by Nathan Wagang. Maybe a foul called on White here. Yeah, White's second foul, team foul number 5. Wagang gets to Keller. Inside to Ancio. Ancio, no good on the little dump off. And now Martinez with the rebound. Martinez gets to White. White gets to Dale. Back to White. White, three-pointer. That is good. Now on 10 seconds to play. William, no good. Keller good with the putback as time expires. And now KMC will enter the final quarter of action, up 55-28.
And, you know, Gabe, one thing that I would say, if one good takeaway from East's performance right here is you've seen them knock down 2 wide open shots. They are not, if they're open, they will knock down those big three-pointers. And they've also been able to draw a lot of fouls from KMC. 8 fouls. That is not something that you see too often from 14-1 team. And, you know, KMC, everything is going right for them tonight. Maybe they wish that they could be leading by a little bit more right now. But great performance all in all. And they're just showing their strengths and their team depth and how they play basketball.
And now we'll get back into the action.
Eight minutes left in this one-score game, or in this feels like it's a one-sided game. KMC playing very well. And we'll see if they can carry that on into the fourth quarter.
And now King Ingram trying to do something against Shibley. Now Robinson. And now a great defensive effort by Thengol. Ends up in a blown whistle, and it actually will be called a jump ball. And East will have possession under their own basket. Now Laws tipped from behind. But now a shooting foul going to be called, and Laws will head to the line for 2 shots. Laws able to knock that one down. So here comes KMC.
Good dump off by Kapaun.
Now, loose ball ends up in the hands of Wigging. Wigging stripped again. And this time, the foul going to be called on Laws. The East 6 team foul. And, it will be 4th on Laws. Down. It's the Powers. And now KMC just really trying to just work on the fundamentals.
Yeah, with their younger squad here, or their bench squad, a little bit, some younger players mixed in. They're just trying to gain some of that varsity experience for next year when they take the reins of that starting positions.
And Laws will now exit the court as that is his 5th personal foul, team foul number 7. So that also sent Daly into the line for 1-1. First one good. Martinez gets it over Robinson. He gets it to Dale. Dale, whistle blown. And basket good, so he'll head to the line for 1 shot. Chance to make a 3-point play.
And East is still fighting. Trying to get every last point before that final buzzer. In their minds, it's still a close game.
And you know what? That's a good mindset to have in situations like this. As now Kapaun still looking to get that 30-point cushion. There's now Thing ball. No good on 3-point attempt. Rebound by Keller. Keller unable to knock that one down. Dalian with it now. Dalian with some nice passing now. Gets it inside. Puts up a shot. That is good. Nice roll off the rim. Now Dale. Over to King Ingram. King Ingram for 3. That is no good. Rebound by Martinez. Martinez able to convert on that one. Now Dalian puts that up from mid-range. That's no good. That goes to Martinez.
With just over 5 minutes left, KMC is leading by 26. Just trying to close this one game out and stop the bleeding.
Now, Rocco Keller and Paul Bloomer will come into the game for KMC as Keller and Dalian head to the sideline.
And we were waiting for this game. We never knew when they were going to come in, and finally, Coach Eck makes the decision, and those deeper bench players are making their entry.
King Ingram gets to Martinez. Now a near turnover is saved by Dale. Now Dale blocked by Thingvall. Nate Thingvall bring it up for Kapaun. Dumps off to Rocco Keller. Rocco Keller, nice move inside, is blocked, but then dumps it off to Paul Bloomer. Paul Bloomer, no good. Now King Urban unable to corral that one. It goes out of bounds. And we KMC Basketball. Now Corey Daniels checks in for the Crusaders.
And Eck is giving some of these opportunities to these underclassmen players, the future of KMC basketball. Just trying to get some experience here.
Now Nate Dingvall scores for KMC. Now Robinson scores for East. And now Nate Dingvall nearly knocks that one down, but instead ends up in the hands of Robinson. Now, nice bat down by Wigging. Now Daniels gets the Wigging. Wigging drives. Nice up and under. No good on the reversal. Now Wigging shoots one from three. That's no good. Ends up in the hands of Robinson. Robinson.
Gabe, don't you think here KMC is just trying to have fun, trying to do some flashy things to finish out the game? Wigging right there. That reverse would have been super cool if it went, but not quite.
Now Robinson unable to convert his first shot there.
Peyton Gosh checking in for KMC for Nathan Thingvall.
Now Robinson able to convert the second. And Wigging brings it up. Gosh, drives, dumps off to Bloomer. Bloomer, that is good. As Paul Bloomer able to convert there. Paul Big Bird Bloomer,
yeah.
As he is known amongst the student body.
Yeah, the student section very excited on that post, or that paint bucket.
Cameron Davis, that is, able to convert there for East. Oh gosh, over to Bird again. Or sorry, Bloomer. Big Bird Bloomer. And now Corey Daniels gets it. Nice spin move. Gets it over to Keller. Now back to Wigging. Wigging, dump off to Gosh. And no basket going to be called here. It looks like Wigging going to be called for the charge.
KMC's just having fun, moving that ball around. Just trying new things.
Now, Kyle Kea, Mason Collins, and Gabe Adams check in for KMC.
And these freshmen are looking to get some big experience in this varsity game.
Foul going to be called here as looks like Robinson will head to the line for two shots.
Gabe, with the deep bench in, it's fair to say that this game is over.
I would agree. A 25-point lead is pretty much insurmountable at this point in the game. As Robinson able to convert on his first attempt, however.
A little under 2 minutes left. They're just looking to have some fun here.
And now Robinson takes his time and able to knock down the second one as well. Now Keller up to Kea. Kea Nice little dump off. That is no good. Rims out. Now Daniels with the steal. Gets it over to Keller. Keller back to Kea. Kea back to Daniels. Now back to Keller. Rocco Keller. Now Collins unable to gather, but he gets it back for himself. Loses it. Now White gets it again. Another loose ball. As now White finally able to convert.
And as you saw there, Daniels jumping with those East players. As a point guard, you don't see that too often.
Now Daniels against Robinson. Collins to Kea. Now Kea to Daniels. As now Keller has it. Now Keller will head to the line for a one-on-one opportunity. Robinson's first personal foul of the contest. Team foul number 8 for East. And now coming in for East High is number 12, St. Paul Polite, and number 10, JV1.
And Gabe, one takeaway that KMC should have is getting out of foul trouble in these close games, or in games. When those games are close, that is going to matter much more than this blowout here tonight. But yeah, they really need to limit their fouls and get much more discipline.
And now Kea with the block. And now Daniels stripped, and now Glover able to convert. Now Daniels gets it over to Collins. Collins got to Keller. Keller for 3. That is good. Now, as time expires, one puts one up. That's no good. And Keller will get the final rebound of the game. And the final score here, 70-44.
That's the ball game.
And just an overall great showing from KMC tonight. Both boys and girls win. And KMC moves now to 15-1, and East, of course, falls to 1-15. Regardless, it's been a great night with you guys. I've been Gabriel Bryanbach.
And I'm Andrew Greer.
Have a great
Good
night.
night.
And join us for our contest on Friday. We will have the coverage of the Holy War here at Kapaun Carmel.
Big game.
But until then, see you next time.
Good night.